EGM Network.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well, hi and welcome everyone. Hey, the travelers around, the snowy weather is back, and we are in the holiday rush for all the holidays that you may celebrate from now right through till mid-January. I'd say ending with Martin Luther King's birthday. We have one holiday right after another, and I hope everyone has a safe time and enjoys them before I get on with my topic. And there are two things that I'm bringing up. It's going on a month since the elections, and there are 5 states that still have not counted everything. They've counted the federal government, yes, but not the state and federal Senate and House seats. There are still some of them up in the air only because the states are hand counting and the people are getting tired of counting. There is no excuse for this. Florida had every single election, state, local, federal, and all positions, totally counted up to 99.5% by 2 hours after the close of the ballots.
You know, Martha, I probably should know this, but is there a time limit for when they have to have those counted by?
Nope.
I mean, there isn't.
Nope. And a good example, because Trump won all the 6 swing states and already had the electoral vote and the popular vote in many of the states, including the Democratic states, there were some that they didn't even need California, Nevada, or Arizona to determine who was going to win the presidency. Trump was declared the victor by the end of the very first night, and those other states didn't have their results until 2 and 3 days later. In other words, the people in those states ought to be very upset because basically all their votes, no matter who they voted for, really didn't need to count. Didn't count on determining the presidential winner.
Yeah, that's sad, actually.
That, wake up, people. That should not happen. And the days of manual counts really are long over. There's no reason why every state in the country can't have a hack-proof system like Florida does and a few other states.
Yeah, I think the counting ones is a lot of the New England tinier states and city towns and stuff still do that. But overall, I don't think they do. I think they have, systems, computerized systems, yeah.
And the nice part is the computer results are not on Google and not on the general computers,
right.
So they can't even be hacked. That's the beautiful part of Florida. They have their own system through different telephone lines, and there is just no way they can all be hacked because it's not on Google, it's not on Edge or any one of the normal computer networks where an outsider can hack the whole computer and ruin the results. It's really brilliant and at the same time very simple. There are paper ballots, but the ballots are counted the minute you get ready to leave. And each little machine is its own computer, so there's no way you can hack a state, hack a city. It's really a brilliant system. And years later, you can go back and still count the results if you needed to. Somebody gave it a lot of thought, and after all that joking around the turn of the century where Florida had all these hanging ballots and stuff, and hanging chads, and oh, my nail caught this or something stupid. I mean, we went from the bottom of the barrel to the top, and I can't believe that after these few years with our successes that not all the other states catch on.
Yeah.
It would be beautiful. Then everybody's vote counts equally. I would never move to California based on voting because my vote won't count until everything's all done.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah, it is one way to put it. It's sad.
It's sad.
And that's a huge counting.
And that's one of the largest states.
Yeah. Or the largest.
Or the largest.
Yeah.
So their entire voting system, they had to do it to save face, but it wasn't needed for Trump to even win. And yet, in California, there were more Republican votes than ever.
You know, what was funny about it is I did a bunch of trips out to California this year, and a lot of the people were saying how, they seemingly were going to vote different from what they normally did. And from what I heard, L.A. was all red.
Was what?
Red.
Oh, red. I didn't know that.
Yeah, somebody told me that the other day. I was like shocked, and I'm like, wow. So people really did kind of pay attention.
Not San Francisco, though.
Yeah, not further north, no. Yeah, yeah.
They don't mind the, I guess, the feces in the street and everything else. It was 8 years ago when I went to San Francisco, and I could walk from the Fisherman's Wharf all the way over to the Ghirardelli chocolate factory. You wouldn't dare do that now.
Yeah, so sad. Yeah, I've had people that have gone there recently in the last couple of months, and they're like, I'll never go back, they say. Mm-hmm. That's sad because it's a beautiful city.
Yes.
Always was. I mean, and it's only the last couple of years that it's been like that, 5-6 years.
That it's really fallen apart.
Yeah, fallen apart with no seemingly end to it.
That's right.
No end to the nightmare, yeah.
Well, also, I want to say, and for the Democratic and Republican Party, we've got to tell things as they are, not the exaggerations from one side or the other side. First of all, Trump's win is a populist movement. It represents mostly moderate Republicans. He's not anywhere near far right and ultra conservative. He has many moderate ideas, and that's why he also has moderate Democrats on his team who recently switched over to the Republican Party. They can't stand the extreme right, and that is not what won the election for him. Likewise, in the Democratic Party, we have a real problem right now. The people in charge are the far left, not the moderates, the very far left. And the far left is no good either. It's not even democratic at all. It's socialism and communism, or a combination of the two. Even Russia isn't 100% Marxist, anywhere near it. It's more a combination of socialism and communism. And that is not what this country wants, and it's not what the majority of people want. And that's why the vote was so unanimous, like all the swing states voted for Trump, not Kamala Harris. And people have got to realize that. And the saddest part, a lot of my friends are moderate Democrats. I'd say even a good portion of my friends, a majority of them. And they said, well, we're moderate. And I said, well, that's beautiful, but you can't vote for Kamala and be moderate, because that's not what she recommends. Her true colors, even Bernie Sanders said this, and now he even accused Barack Obama. He even accused Nancy Pelosi. They're far left, he said, more left than I am, especially Kamala Harris. And he said, I am not for giving up democracy, Bernie Sanders said. I just want a little more socialism in democracy. I'm not giving up democracy or capitalism. And he actually came on the news and said all these things. Well, it did absolutely no good, because the media is not telling and did not tell all the evil things this open border does. If you listen to any one of the major networks, with the exception of Fox and Newsmax and possibly even Bloomberg, if you don't listen to those, you would not know all the good things that Trump did on his first term. I personally have spoken to family members, let alone friends. They never heard of the Abraham Accord, where both Egypt and both Jordan have agreed to be sale partners and trading partners with Israel, and want Israel to succeed, not Palestine, and definitely not Iran. And the Democrats never heard about all these different things that Trump already passed to have peace, not a third world war. They also did not know that the Democratic Party, and they ran and were very open about it, the very first day we're going to have an open border. The very first day in 2020 that Biden took office, as of now, we're going to have an open border. And in the beginning, people who were treated unfairly came across, and there wasn't much of a problem. But 3.5 years later, many countries, third world countries, and even countries that have dictatorships, they emptied out their jails, they emptied out their mental facilities, and we got all kinds of gang members from several different countries, from Venezuela, from Colombia, from Ecuador, and also from Central America too. And these were all recorded on some networks, but not others. And the biggest thing that put blood on the hands of the Democratic government is the single kids from 2 years old up to 18, without parents and without parents to go to, were sent across the border. And the cartels have done a terrible thing. They made them slave labor. They made them sexual labor, and they made them sell drugs and sell fentanyl. And all these kids were abused. And if they were abused too much and wouldn't stop crying, no problem, they kill them. And if the news media was honest enough to give you back the reporters like Edward R. Murrow a long time ago, Mark Reisner, a whole bunch of them, even more recent ones like Tim Russert, who passed away. Believe me, the Democrats would be up in arms over 300,000 plus kids being trained for all those things, and then if they didn't survive, they were all just thrown into shallow graves. And that is a very, very disgusting thing that is still going on now until January 20th. And I really feel bad because all the moderate Democrats out there, and I still say that per capita they make a majority of the Democratic Party, they have no idea of this cruelty going on. And it is absolutely disgusting. If you don't listen to all the different types of news, you'd say everything is hunky-dory. If you listen to the major networks, don't read a paper, and if your only source of news is Instagram, TikTok, on a selective basis, maybe some podcasts, it is absolutely terrible. You don't hear about all this stuff. And it's absolutely a major, major problem. I want to see the Democratic Party with a majority of the moderate Democrats are back in control, not the far left. So let's take a break and we'll be back in a few minutes. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
If you dream of creating a home that embodies sophisticated island living, visit Sunshine Furniture during our Tommy Bahama Home for the Holiday sale. Bedroom, living and dining room, home office, media, and occasional pieces, Tommy Bahama Furniture is distinctive and unique, yet inviting and comfortable, and is all on sale now. We're also having a huge Black Friday closeout sale on patio furniture, indoor sofas, chairs, occasional tables, and dining sets from Berlin Garden, Windward, Telescope, Lloyd Flanders, Four Seasons, Capri, Universal, and more. Also, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price, and don't forget to visit our outlet and sales center across the street. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and hurry in today for our Black Friday savings.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine. Hey, you! Host your very own show every week at Evergreen Media Network in Vero Beach. Go live to YouTube and Facebook with up to 4 people and your very own producer. Be heard on more than 15 podcast platforms and local radio. All you have to do is show up and talk. Your guests can join from anywhere in the world. It's easy to get started with the largest podcast studio on the Treasure Coast. Contact Evergreen Media to tour the studio.
Well, welcome back, folks. And I just can't say enough. It is important, really important, for all of you moderate Democrats to start speaking up and don't use the TV media as your major source of information. I'm sorry to say, but we have a real problem there. They are slowly losing their audience. I heard after the election, even NBC had less than 50% of their audience watching them anymore. Well, that needs to happen. There needs to be a revolution in the media, because it's not right when the general public cannot get the correct information on what is going on. It is absolutely disgusting. So I'm looking forward to a bipartisan effort when Trump is president. Like I said, he's not ultra conservative on the extreme. He represents the majority of moderate Republicans and wants to represent the majority of moderate Democrats. And I believe with all my heart that he's going to listen to everyone. He has a very diverse cabinet. He's doesn't care about skin color. He doesn't care about whether you're gay or normal as we speak of it, and he doesn't care if you're young or old. He is about as objective in a business sense as you can possibly be. He has one prejudice. He needs people who are 100% dedicated to supporting him, not stabbing him on the back. And that is important to get things done. He learned that in the first round of his first 4 years. You cannot have people who said, "Oh, I love it. Yes, I like you," all of that stuff. Lip service. Now, Trump knew how to interview people and knows the importance of loyalty. The Democratic Party has learned the importance of loyalty too, but not to the far left. They've got to stop blaming almost everyone else but themselves. This blame game has got to stop, and the Democrats have got to listen to the majority of their people. When they have a 2-income family with 4 kids and they have to measure how much food to put out because it won't last all week, that is criminal. And that is what caused this landslide voting. Please, I want the Democrats to become strong and to also support the Republican Party and vice versa on many, many issues. Not a dominant issue like sex change. That's just ridiculous. So, with that note, we're going to, believe it or not, have to sign off. Our time is up. So you have a very good week. Stay safe for those of you who are traveling. Have a good one.